Facts First presents. Take a deep breath before you see what Pierce Brosnan's wife looks like now. When celebrities pair up, the whole world notices. Their lives are fodder for gossip magazines for the simple reason that people are fascinated by them. People just want to know more about famous individuals and their significant others. Some of our favorite celebrity couples have successful relationships, while others have gone their separate ways. Here's a look at all the amazing spouses of your favorite celebrities. Cindy Crawford. Cindy Crawford was only 26 when she married Richard Gere, who was 42 at the time. Then they were one of Hollywood's most beautiful couples, the supermodel and the actor. Their marriage lasted 4 years. Crawford has said that she was simply too young at the time and they grew out of each other. In 1998, Crawford married a second time to restaurateur Rand Gerber, with whom she had 2 children. Crawford continues to model from time to time. She also collaborates with French skin specialist Dr. Jean-Louis Sabat for a skincare line called Meaningful Beauty. Keely Shea Smith. After losing his first wife, Cassandra Harris, to cancer in 1991, dashing Bond actor Pierce Brosnan met Kelly Shea Smith, an American journalist. The stunning Smith apparently stole his heart because 7 years later, Brosnan popped the question and the two have remained happily married and in love. They have 2 sons and they still go out on dinner dates. Brosnan has declared his love for his wife openly, saying that he loved her strength and that it was something he wouldn't be able to live without. Ellen Nordegren. Ellen Nordegren's fame came courtesy of her former husband, Tiger Woods. She was working as a nanny back then, moving from Stockholm to the U.S. with the family. She was introduced to Woods by her employer, and they soon dated. After being married in 2004, she and Woods had 2 children together. In 2009, she received unwanted media attention when she chased her husband out of their home with a golf club after discovering he'd been having multiple affairs. She divorced him in 2010 and has moved on to a new relationship. Madonna. Madonna's star was rising in 1985 when she and actor Sean Penn got married. They were both veritable celebrities and quite famous. The affair proved tumultuous for the pair, though, the relationship peppered by fights and physical violence. Madonna once said that they were too similar, being both stubborn and fiery-tempered. Penn was also famously jealous, physically assaulting one of Madonna's songwriter friends because he thought they were kissing. After 4 years of being together, they divorced. Both have since gone on to do bigger things in their careers and had relationships with other people. Brigitte Nielsen. Brigitte Nielsen was the statuesque Danish model who captured the heart of Sylvester Stallone. She had flown to Hollywood for work, and when she found out which hotel room Stallone was staying in, she promptly took one of her promotional shots, scribbled a note and her number, and then paid a bellboy to slip it under Stallone's door. He called her that same night. Nielsen appeared in the title role of the film Red Sonja with Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1985. It was the same year she married Stallone. She also appeared in Rocky IV, which Stallone starred in. Their marriage didn't last, unfortunately. They divorced after 2 years. Nielsen has continued working since then in film and television and even released her own music album. She later reprised her Rocky role, appearing in Creed II. At 54, she became a mother to baby Frida with husband Matthias Desi. Callista Flockhart. Callista Flockhart was the popular lead actress in the TV series Ally McBeal. She began a relationship with Harrison Ford in 2002 after meeting him at the Golden Globes. During their first date at Ford's home, Flockhart asked her friend James Marsden to chaperone her. Ford was still married to his wife at the time, but they were separated. Eventually, he became more open about his relationship with Flockhart. 8 years later, they were married and adopted a son. Flockhart has continued to work steadily with her recent outing as a recurring character in TV's Supergirl. She remains supportive of her husband's career and continues to enjoy a stable relationship with him. Rita Wilson. Rita Wilson was a teenager in 1972 when Tom Hanks saw her on TV and developed a crush. They later met in 1981 and felt a connection. However, Hanks was still married at the time but was separated from his first wife. They went public with their relationship in 1986, got married in 1988, and have been together ever since. Wilson shared some screen time with Hanks in his star-making vehicle Sleepless in Seattle, playing siblings. They've starred in films together and continued to work successfully as individual actors. Hank has always credited his wife for his success, dedicating the awards he wins to her. Tracy Pollan. Tracy Pollan played Michael J. Fox's girlfriend on the TV show Family Ties. It wasn't until 2 years later, when they worked on the film Bright Lights, Big City, that they had their first date together. They've been together ever since, celebrating their 30th wedding anniversary in 2018. Pollan and Fox's relationship remained strong even after Fox's Parkinson's disease diagnosis. That is a good woman, Michael. She's a keeper. Annette Bening. Warren Beatty was Hollywood's notorious bachelor who showed no signs of wanting to settle down until Annette Bening came along. Beatty was in his 50s, Annette was in her early 30s when they met in 1990. Beatty had wanted Bening to play a part in his movie Bugsy. Bening had been warned about Beatty's Casanova ways, but when they met, Beatty fell in love right away. They have since enjoyed one of Tinseltown's steadiest marriages. Shakira Cain. She's not as famous as her husband, but Shakira is the woman behind the man known as Michael Caine. Shakira was a beauty pageant winner, later working in films and TV. In 1971, she appeared in an ad for Maxwell House Coffee, and that was how Michael first laid eyes on her. He decided to track her down and asked for a date 11 times before she finally agreed. They were married in 1973 and have now been together for over 45 years. Priscilla Presley. Priscilla Boyu was a 14-year-old girl when she met Elvis Presley in 1959. Her father was stationed in Germany at the time, and the young Boyu was adjusting to her new surroundings. Elvis was smitten with the young beauty and soon took her to live with his parents in Graceland. They were married in 1967 but divorced in 1973 amid multiple infidelities on both sides. Boyu had worked as an actress and producer since then. She's also responsible for managing Elvis's legacy and turning it into a lucrative enterprise. She and Elvis remained friends until his passing. Kim Basinger. Kim Basinger was already a famous sex symbol and Bond girl when she met Alec Baldwin in 1990. They married in 1993. They divorced in 2002, engaging in a bitter custody battle for their only daughter. Basinger has worked steadily since then, picking up an Academy Award along the way. Baldwin, of course, has also enjoyed a steady career in TV and film. Brooke Shields. Brooke Shields was the famous face of the 80s but remained a single woman until she met and married Andre Agassi in 1997. Unfortunately, the relationship was marred by Agassi's drug problems. They divorced after 2 years and have moved on to happier marriages to other people. Kim Mathers. Kim Scott Mathers became famous because of her relationship with rapper Eminem. They met in high school before Eminem became famous. Kim ran away from home with twin sister Dawn and lived in Eminem's house. The relationship was turbulent, marked by on-again, off-again cycles. They were married in 1999 and then divorced in 2001. Despite saying he did not want to be married again, Eminem married Kim a second time in 2006, but they again divorced. He has custody of their daughter Hallie and Kim's other daughter, Whitney. Sarah Jessica Parker. Sarah Jessica Parker has her brother to thank for meeting her husband Matthew Broderick in 1991. He asked her out by leaving a message on her answering machine. In 1997, they invited their friends to a party which turned out to be their wedding, and for the event, Sarah Jessica Parker famously wore a black dress. They've since made New York their home and have raised a family there. She shares that the secret to their long marriage is simple. They are friends first, husband and wife second. Susan Sarandon. One of Hollywood's most enduring and talented stars, Susan Sarandon, began dating Tim Robbins in 1987 after meeting him on a film set. They never married, but they did share a long, wonderful relationship. Both actors were politically active during and after their time together. Susan, who is 12 years older than Robbins, once said that their 2009 split was a surprise to her, but she has since moved on to another relationship. Elizabeth Shue. Elizabeth Shue is an actress known for her many outstanding roles in both TV and film. She was the 80s sweetheart ideal, beautiful, sweet, fun, the all-American girl next door. Personally, I had a crush on her after seeing her in Karate Kid. In '94, she married Davis Guggenheim, a documentary film director. They've since had 2 children together, and Shue has continued to work, recently on the TV show CSI. Once in a while, she does take time out to enroll at university. Livia Gigioli. When actor Colin Firth first laid eyes on the strikingly beautiful Livia Gigioli in Colombia, he was taken. He described it as a bolt to the heart. Livia and her Italian family didn't know who he was, and even after he told them of his past works, they remained unimpressed. Livia married Firth in 1997, though, and had 2 sons with him. Their marriage was recently exposed to a scandal when it was revealed that Livia had an affair with a former boyfriend. The couple, however, have decided to remain together and work it out. She works as a director and producer, creating mostly documentaries that focus on ecological concerns. Melissa Gilbert. Melissa Gilbert was one of Hollywood's famous child actresses. Her most famous role was as one of the daughters on Little House on the Prairie. She met her second husband Bruce Boxleitner in 1992, just a few weeks after she filed for divorce. Interestingly, they were introduced by Boxleitner's ex-wife. They had met before, but Boxleitner ignored Melissa at that time because she was still a teenager. After an on-again, off-again engagement, they married in 1995. They had a son together, but sadly divorced in 2011. The two have since moved on to other relationships. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Catherine Zeta-Jones was a rising star in Hollywood when she met Michael Douglas. Each actor was promoting his or her own film, and Catherine was told Douglas wanted to meet her. Douglas later confessed that he delivered a cheesy pickup line that Catherine promptly dismissed. He apologized, and then they began a relationship. Douglas proposed in 1999, and they wed a year later. In spite of their 25-year age difference, Douglas is the same age as Catherine's parents, and some bumps along the way, their marriage is still going strong. They have 2 children and are obviously enjoying life together. Do you have a favorite celebrity couple? Tell us in the comments, and subscribe for more.